First, I think people have an aversion to sales, to being great at sales and to selling, because we've been taught and we have this prototype or archetype in our mind that anyone who's selling something is doing it without authenticity, without character, and doesn't really believe in what they're doing. So we all get that image in our mind of the sleazy used car salesman who's trying to force something on us. And I've learned over the years that really smart people, really brilliant people, the people that come from the best colleges, the people who can launch space shuttles, everyone who might be able to create great things, create great businesses, and satisfy people and create a lot of value. So many of these people were never taught anything positive about sales, and in fact had this subtle dislike for it. And it really has a negative impact when they're faced with, how do I want to live my life? How can I create a business for myself? And how do I make this business really successful? They're left with, oh God, I have to sell something. And subtly, they try and get out of it in as many ways as possible, whether that's hiring a sales VP that doesn't understand the business as well or the product, or it's hiring a marketing consulting. And this is a huge mistake. One, because really smart people should really be fascinated and want to learn about sales, not because selling is cool, but because understanding people and helping people is one of the best, highest ideals I think that you can have in being an entrepreneur and in business. So unfortunately, a lot of people have wired up in their brains that if they're paying attention to how they sell a product, that, oh, this isn't a good thing and not how I want to spend my time. I think it takes a really interested person to change their point of view and say, no, I really care about the experience people have if I'm going to create a business and take the time to do this. And the most critical experience that someone has and what makes all the difference is that first decision they make to either buy from you or not. And that's the beginning of a really powerful and sometimes can be long-lasting relationship. How do you empower a person in that place? How do you let them understand the type of relationship you want to build with them? And then how do you give them trust to then stay with you and buy again and again? So this is a really, really important process. So there's one thing that most people have gotten themselves out of ever wanting to do, and in fact have never done in their life, most people, which is actually being in a place where you ask for a sale. This is the most risky, the most vulnerable, and it seems like the most out of character thing that a lot of people can do. However, a lot of people or entrepreneurs will spend their entire lives trying to build a great product and to make it great. If you really believe in your product, you believe in yourself, then you need to sit there. That's that moment that can make all the difference, where authentically you can sit there and say, I have a great product. And it could be this simple. A great sell could be this simple. I have a great product. I really believe that you should try it. It can help you, and it can only help you if you try it right now. Buy my product. It can be that simple. In fact, when it is that simple, customers can appreciate that because you're making a genuine, honest articulation to them. You're putting your hand out. You're extending yourself to them. And customers do respond when you make this personal type of gesture towards them. So get out of your head all of the things that you might have about either that selling takes tactics, that selling is a manipulation, that selling takes all these subtle things that just aren't very fair to do to people. And remember that if you're even going to bother to take the time to create a business or a product or a service, you should bother to take the time to care about it and to offer it to people in a genuine way. And that's what selling is when it's at its best.